What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is hughwizzy and you're watching Let's Talk. If you've got any questions or you just want a particular topic discussed, leave a comment down below. From Joe Weller to George Groves, from Tesla to Trump, let me know in the comments down below and I'll go through the ones with the most likes in the next video. How's that? This is for the ones who Okay, today I just wanted to go through a few things that I've been seeing over the last few days. It's been FA Cup weekend, so obviously it's been an Arsenal-free zone, which is always nice. And today we're kicking things off with some absolute madness, I've got to say. This is a derby match in the Bahia State Championships between Vitoria and Bahia, which actually got postponed because there were too many red cards. Insane stuff going on, let's take a look at it. Right, so they've got the penalty. Decent finish. And then he's gone up to the home fans and he's done the right in front of the home fans. Now obviously it's a derby match. The keeper, look at the keeper. The keeper's actually chasing after him and now everyone's getting involved. It is absolute carnage. It's mad. Fists are going everywhere. I mean, what is going on? No one knows what's going on. Absolutely mental. Ref's not got any grip of this whatsoever. Who's this guy running on? Who's this guy? What's going on here? Are they on the same team? These guys are on the same team and he's telling him, stop. Okay, right, you're off as well. You're off as well. You're off as well. Oh my days. You sending someone else off? Yep, you're off as well. You thought you could hide, but you can't. Got your number, mate. I mean, I've lost count of how many red cards he's given. And again, you're off as well. Wow. You're off. So the game actually restarts in the 79th minute. Then there's this little scuffle. I mean, it's basically wrestling. He's getting a yellow card. He's got a yellow card for that. I think that's his second yellow. That means he's off as well. I think they've got 7 players on the pitch. Now this guy, he's obviously protesting. I don't know why he won't just get out of the way, but he's determined to kick the ball away. Or to just get in the way. Yeah, he's kicked the ball away. That's going to be a second yellow for him. Yeah, he's off. And that's it. The game's postponed. I mean, absolute madness. Absolute madness. The fans, look at this. I mean, is he lost? Is he in the wrong section? He's clearly in the wrong section. This is mental. I mean, armed police on the pitch. Protection, I guess, for the refs because it's all kicking off. The goalkeeper's probably the one who started all this, to be honest. You think the North London derby's bad? This is mental. Now, there's been a lot of talk in the papers and the media in general about Arsenal Fan TV and Hector Bellerin's comments on them. Hector Bellerin actually tweeted again in response to, I guess, what everyone's been saying online. He said there's some misleading quotes going around. At no point have I criticised the Arsenal fan base. Well, that's not really true, is it? You kind of criticise some of the Arsenal fan base, at least. I have nothing but respect for all the support we get through ups and downs. I just voice my opinion about a platform. Guess some people can't take opinions about themselves. He's digging a deeper hole. Anyway, I don't want to focus on that because he actually said some really interesting stuff during the rest of the interview. He is young and intelligent and articulate and he made his points very clearly, concisely. I was very impressed with the way that he came across. And I think Arsenal and Arsenal fans should be very proud. But it was his comments on Alexis Sanchez that I actually find fascinating. A real insight into the mentality of an Arsenal player and him in particular. Let's just have a listen to what he had to say.
Alexis is an amazing player. For me, one of the best players in the Premier League for sure. But he's a player that always wants to win.
The first thing is, but he's a player that always wants to win. It sounds like that's a problem. It sounds like the fact that he wants to win is a problem.
Right. He demands from everyone, and sometimes it can be quite too much. But the good thing about him is it doesn't matter. He just wants to win. It doesn't matter who he's playing for. At that time, when he was playing for Arsenal, he just wanted to give 100% for Arsenal.
You see, I do have a little bit of a problem with that. That is telling me everything I need to know about your mentality, and your mentality is all wrong. For you not to be accepting of someone who demands the best out of you means that you are settling for second best, and that is very worrying. In other news, it's been FA Cup weekend. I watched Manchester United against Huddersfield, 2-0 win for United, although Huddersfield approached the game very differently to the way that they did their Premier League fixture against United, and they were much more patient on the ball. They were actually very good in possession and forced United to play on a counter-attack, which ultimately they did very effectively. 2 goals from Romelu Lukaku. The world on his shoulders, really, giving him stick, me, myself included.
Of course, that's your 20th and 21st goal of the season. It's important for a striker to break through that 20-goal mark, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, I've been doing it for years now, but so I have to keep going. And you know, at the end of the day, I'm at Manchester United, and the main goal is winning trophies.
I've got Harry Kane, 150 shots with 23 goals. Lukaku, 71 shots with 12 goals. That means Lukaku's shot conversion rate is 17%. compared to Harry Kane. So is the world being a little bit harsh on Romelu Lukaku? The other thing about the Huddersfield game was the VAR. Obviously, there's this crazy decision where Juan Mata is or isn't offside. I don't care about that really. What I really care about is this VAR. What's going on with these lines? Why are the lines wonky? Why are the lines wonky? I'm so confused as to what's going on here. VAR right now is an absolute shambles. It took them 10 minutes to make the decision. 10 minutes, and all that time the crowd don't know what's going on. They're just sitting there absolutely clueless. I'm sorry, this is farcical. They need to look at rugby league, they need to look at cricket, how they can get the fans more involved, how you can see what's going on, or how we could translate the information that the guy is seeing. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. Jose Mourinho has been having his say.
I think if they stick to the words of the protocol and an obvious mistake, I think everyone will be happy.
But right now, it's an absolute farce. The lines aren't even straight. They're not even parallel to the fucking 18-yard box.
When you bring a new technology in, it has to suit to the way of life. And the way of life today is speed, you know. And it's not who is in control. It's make as possible the right decision, but as quickly as possible.
Against Östersund, David Ospina became the first Arsenal player to save a penalty for nearly 4 years. Incredible scenes. If Arsenal aren't looking for a new goalkeeper, they really should be. And one guy I'd love them to sign is Jan Oblak from Atletico Madrid. Here he is, showing what he can do on the ball. Slightly dangerous, not gonna lie. Looks like could be an accident, but you know, fair play, lad. Turns out that when Pep Guardiola was 33, 34, he was trying to get signed by a Premier League team and was shopping himself around. He actually spoke with Paul Jewell from Wigan after being turned down by Manchester City and Arsenal.
Paul Jewell, the manager at the time,
trying to sign you,
yes.
When I was football player?
Yes.
Yeah, years ago, yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about what happened there?
I was not good enough. I was old, really old, like a football player to come here. I knocked the door. I tried to come here to play in the English football. Like a football player, but I was not able. So
just thought it was quite interesting that someone who I admire and someone who is changing the game and finally is getting the recognition that he deserves was once upon a time nearly signing for Wigan Athletic under Paul Jewell.
Yes, I spoke to him a few times, and he came once to my home when he was a player. He wanted to play for Arsenal, you know. I respect what he does because he's a clear vision of the game, he's a positive attitude, positive philosophy. Even if he doesn't win, I have as much respect as when he wins.
Every now and then I see something where I just cannot believe in football. And I've got to say that this just takes the absolute biscuit. Bafetimbi Gomis playing at Galatasaray. It's a well-known fact that he suffered with a heart condition. As you can see here, he's come up for a corner and he's literally passed out on the pitch, face first in the ground. And 10 minutes later, having looked at him, and they've actually decided that he can carry on playing. This type of thing can't continue. It certainly needs to be looked at. And, you know, I understand that people's livelihoods are at stake here, but he needs to be really careful and think about exactly what he's doing, because that could have gone horribly wrong. It has done before, and I'm sure it will do again before this is actually dealt with properly. Mind-blowing to think that they would allow the player to carry on going for the rest of the game. Last but not least, Rochdale 2, Tottenham 2. What a game it was. Incredible scenes. Very impressed with Rochdale. Beautiful first goal. And they pulled it back right to the death after Dele Alli, in my opinion, did win that penalty. Through the art of deception, he's very good at it. Anyway, the manager, Keith Hill, is the right character, and I don't really understand football sometimes, but they are literally bottom of League One. But looked more effective on the counter against Tottenham than Arsenal did, and got a 2-2 draw out of it. And as a result, they're going to Wembley.
I think the performance deserved at least the opportunity to go to Wembley in a replay. I thought the first half was magnificent, the way that we took the game to the opponents. And it was a real test, and it was what I wanted to do and what I've always wanted to do if I was, you know, potentially a Premier League manager playing against Tottenham. Why not? Why not try and take them on? Why not try and win the game? And it could have been footballing suicide, but... It
was an amazing game for the neutral, and yeah, I think a lot of Tottenham fans would have thought they had the game in the bag, but fair play to Rochdale and Keith Hill. It is kind of a victory for them, because now they get to go and play at Wembley, and regardless of whether they go further in the competition, that in itself is like a cup final for them.
I think it's a fair result. Maybe we play a little bit more, but we cannot say nothing. If we are not capable to win today here, it's because they deserve to go to play on Wembley. For us, it's another game to play, and yes, good chance for for the squad.
I know Mario Pochettino doesn't want to make a big deal out of it, and you can understand why, but I think it has to be said that realistically, they need a trophy, right? And this is not only another hurdle in trying to achieve that, but it's also making life more difficult as far as top four goes, because they're fifth right now, and whilst they're in the pack much more than Arsenal are, it's things like this that have in past years allowed Arsenal to get back in where they should have had the door closed on them way beforehand. If you're liking the videos and whatnot, make sure you smash the hell out of the like button. Subscribe if you're new. For now though, my name's been hughwizzy, and this has been a lot of fun. Peace.